Going live in 3, 2, 1.
Hello everyone, we are pleased to welcome you all to this unique event as this is the first joint event between IMS Learning Resources and 2 IIM where Rajesh Balasubramaniam is going to solve SimCAT 8 live. So many a times students want to see and understand how a 100 percentiler approached the test without having seen the test beforehand. So the idea behind this event is for you all to understand how to apply the strategies that are taught to you in the class. So without much ado, let me introduce our speaker, Rajesh Balasubramaniam. He runs 2 IIM, an online coaching company, and is a passionate teacher. Rajesh has taken CAT 11 times since 2010 and scored 100 percentile in 2011, 2012, 2014, and 2017. Rajesh graduated from IIT Madras in 2001 and he became an alumnus of IIM Bangalore in 2003. He did a stint as an investment banker before turning entrepreneur in 2010. He also runs Spy Verb, an online academy focused on teaching math to middle schoolers. So do attend the session if you have already taken SimCAT 8 as this will tell you how to approach the questions and to improve your score. So welcome Rajesh Balasubramaniam. Thank you for being here for this session.
Hello folks, I hope you can see me and hear me clearly. Audio and video both are working fine. I have a screen here where I can see some things, but it works with a slight delay. I'm going to spend some few minutes making sure the tech works fine and then outline the process to you guys. I'm already seeing a bunch of statements on chat. Of course, I have not seen the question. What would be the joy in doing a mock where we have to go and see the questions? Where we've already seen the question, that's no fun. So we've definitely not seen the question. I'm going to try to max out and do as well as I can, but I don't, the idea is not to worry about a score and a percentile. I keep telling this to all my students, so especially the school kids. We offer a school product, we keep telling them, don't worry about your score, don't worry about your mark. Then if you get particularly anal about that, it'll be a travesty. So we're going to have some fun, we're going to do this and see this through for the next 2 hours. I'm going to give you a broad outline of how we want to do this. We set up the, before that, many thanks for IMS. I think they've been, several people think that we guys in the CAT preparation industry, we don't feel like serious rivals and we don't get each other. I know several people in all different places. I can pick up the phone and speak to several guys. They're wonderful, nice guys. And several of them have made it really easy to pick up the phone and talk to them. From not just IMS, there's IMS, Career Launcher, Patrick, Ravi Handa, Vivek Shankaran, several of them. So we chat, and this is a reasonably nice, cozy, friendly industry. I can pick up the phone and talk to them and say, hey, why have they changed the format? Why do they do this to us? So we can whine and moan. So many thanks for IMS, and to just make it very crystal clear, we all get along pretty well. And so many thanks for them for saying, like, hey, let's have a crack at this. This is something that we think between the two of us that there could be some value in saying, hey, we take this mock, give it a go, give an experience of someone taking this. There's several takeaways from it. How does one plan a session and how does one go through the process of attempting all of that? But I think the most crucial takeaway that's going to be there for you guys is to see someone else going through the experience, seeing someone else struggle with questions, see someone else come to answer choice B and click on C because, hey, stuff happens. See someone else go through a logical reasoning puzzle to the last step and then give up on it. Those things are perversely more reassuring than seeing someone blitz through a section and do that. So hopefully I'll give you a snapshot of both, some decent things and some errors and not just only the errors. Right? How are we going to do this? The user interface is here and then the solving interface is here. So this is a solving interface, so let me just set this up. And so I'm going to use a regular marker and then answer questions here. So obviously I'll be toggling across. Give me a second, I'm getting feedback that the mic is not properly checked in. So I'm going to do that so that the tech is proper, because I think once we start, we simply cannot do something with the tech. I hope you guys can hear clearly and then see this. Just to clarify the basic questions, we're going to have some basic ideas, we're going to have some fun. We're going to do this live. The video is going to be available throughout. And as much as possible, I'll take you through the process of what I'm thinking through. Obviously, every now and then I might slip into just solving mode and not take you through the process. Bear with me. There will be somebody available on chat throughout from 2IM, and I think somebody from IMS might also be there. So you can post any questions, queries on that. I can see the chat window. We have set it up like that, but I probably won't have time to look at the chat. We will have some time to just shoot the breeze and have a chat at the end of the mock. How are we going to do this practically, the technological part of it? I'm going to toggle between these two. Here is where we will solve. Here is where we will mark the choices. Therefore, whenever we get an RC passage where you have to read, I'm going to do this. Say, hey, we can make it a little bigger. Right? And then when I'm going to answer the question, I'm going to bring it back to shop and then submit or whatever the tech says there. So we're going to zoom in and zoom out as and when possible. Right? So, but it's probably going to be that those of you who are trying to solve this along with me, my suggestion would be probably to have two windows open, because I might be reading a passage and I might go to the question and then you're stuck. You can't read the passage again. So if you're open in another window, you can just dial back and see the screen where the passage is seen so that you can read. So try that, especially for verbal and LRDI. So keep that open. So the format we're going to do, we're going to click and start, and then this will be the test-taking interface, and this will be the solving interface. I'm presuming that I won't be using the solving interface too much when I'm doing VRC, but it will come into play aggressively when we do LRDI and possibly more aggressively when we do quantum. Lovely. I'm just going to have one more look at the chat window. Which SimCAT is this? This is SimCAT 8. I'm not mistaken. That's there in the thumbnail. Captions on karo. Captions on karne pe bhi शायद ठीक नहीं आएगा, but I'll see if I can do that. I'll ping Bharat. He might be able to switch on captions. Right? As the volume fine, is there around with the volume to make sure that the volume is not off. Audio OT not clear. Issue with the audio. We're trying to poke around. I think Subhash is just doing something, so we'll hang in there. Fix mic. I think the mic is fine. We got a whole new setup for the tech. I think it should be fine. We're just trying to refix it and see if it can work. Issue in audio. Hello, check. We're just fixing it. It should happen. All right, I thought I can just switch the feed. Hello. I've just switched the feed. Hopefully this feed should be much better. Just give me the feedback on that. We have shifted the audio feed. Thanks a lot. Audio is not at all clear. Noise is coming. Good. But we've switched the feed. This is hello, cracking sound coming in the background because of the mic. We've shifted. I think the volume should now be fine. I'm going to continue to speak. I think in another minute and a half, it should be all right. And it is clear. It is perfect now. Wonderful. We have two feeds. I don't know what the two feeds are and how this works, but I've been told that if one doesn't work, click on the other. So that's all I am doing. Whoever has set this up, they have managed it. So between Bharat and Akib and Subhash, they figured something out. It is fine. So I will get all the caveats out of the way. So this is incredibly stressful experience. I'm not going to be at my best. So whatever score I get, it should add 20% to it. And that's how it's going to be. Just kidding. Volume is low. Hello. Volume is a little low, but I think you can amp that up. Either go to headsets or go on to maxing out your speaker volume. Volume is slightly low. Several people are saying audio is perfect. So we want to increase the mic volume. Let me see. Should I increase the mic volume? Not required. Mic volume increase panama. Is it fine? Let me see if I can increase this. I'm just seeing if I can increase this. Give me a second. It's fine. With headset, I've heard when audio is fine. People are saying this is fine. So I'm not going to amp it up, because the moment I amp it up a little bit, it probably starts to, the noise creeps in. And I think several people are very anxious that we start. I'm going to start now. Screen is not visible. Please increase font size. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that every time we get to a VRC passage or an LRDI passage. Fine. So where you need to see the thing. I am generally loud and I will amp it up. So I think wherever the volume low problem is there, we will talk this. Wonderful. I'm going to start this. We've given all the caveats, all the technology, all the briefing. We've got our audio and video fine. Let's jump in and have some fun. I've not read all this, but I'm sure that CAT or IMS, they're not saying, hey, this is something new. Let's do this. We've started. The timer is on. I'm going to expand this and then read this passage. This is a reading comprehension thing. So I'm going to read this passage, scroll there, and then have a look. This is the maximum I can fit to without too many scrolls. The scroll is also a pain. Lovely. The cholera pandemic of the 1830s hit France hard. It wiped out nearly 3% of Parisians in a month. The end of the plague prompted an economic revival, with France following Britain into an industrial revolution. I'm not going to read out loud. Those of you who are trying it, read out loud. I hope I can. I'm standing in a way where you can see the screen. Fine. This is a passage that I'm going to try because I think this is pandemic and economic revival. I like this topic. Lovely. It's a very interesting passage. I hope most of you had time to go through most of this. This is talking about pandemics of the past and linking to COVID-19. Talks about political changes. I really like the couple of phrases here. Bacchanalian excess, no evidence of that, probably apocryphal. So there is a bounce, and then there is a, it is not that this is a boisterous bounce, but a gentle bounce nevertheless. Let's look at this. Which of the following is the main idea of the passage? During post-pandemic booms, people spend more, take more risks, and they result in political upheavals with unpredictable economic consequences. And all are right. People spend more, take more risks, all correct. I don't know whether this results in political upheavals. Massive non-financial disruptions like war or pandemics, though are usually followed by an economic boom, often lead to significant social unrest. This I like. This I like already. Because the first one, it says the risk-taking leads to political upheavals. The inequality leads to political upheavals. History shows that post-pandemic recovery leads to a period of rapid industrial and economic growth, to be soon followed by political turmoil. And so, it is social unrest, not necessarily political turmoil. Period of rapid industrial and economic growth, that is nice, that is correct. Though usually massive non-financial disturbance, though usually followed by an economic boom, often lead to significant social unrest. Finally, social unrest comes. I'm not sure about political turmoil. They talk about civil war that comes, increased civil violence here. So I would describe it as social unrest rather than political turmoil. It's not like democracy is thrown aside or governments are pushed out. I'm not sure about political turmoil, but I like social unrest slightly better. Wars and pandemics are similar in that they lead to economic growth soon after, but only to be followed by social unrest and civil. I don't like this. It's not talking about the similarity of wars and pandemics, but the takeaway from that. So I'm eliminating this. Here, political turmoil is not evidence. Here it says, spend more, take more risk, and they result in political upheavals with unpredictable economic consequences. I don't think it's the excess risk taking or excess spending is what that leads to this. And so it is, nobody was celebrating, everybody was studying, everybody was spending, all good. Labor saving technology comes in, and that changes the equation between labor and capital. Workers get crushed more, inequality increases, which leads to this. So the economic supply side addressal causes this, not this. I would go with this. I'm confident enough to mark it. Let's say it can be validly deduced from the passage that the cholera pandemic of 1830 in France resulted in the French Revolution. No, I don't think it resulted in. Okay, political upheaval often follows. That's correct. Often with unpredictable economic consequences. I want to go back to the previous question. I want to check that. Let me just see this. Question number 1. I haven't seen that place at all. Political upheaval often follows with unpredictable economic consequences. Take more risk, and they result in political upheavals. So I don't think this results in this. I'm confident Mark going with 2. Let's look at this. It can be validly inferred from the passage that cholera pandemic resulted in the French Revolution. But the pandemic also contributed to another subject. Contributed to, did not result in. Caused the mass departure of migrant laborers like in COVID-19. I don't think we're talking about migrant labor shift. Was instrumental in bringing about the French Industrial Revolution? Probably yes, because this is a very interesting phrase here saying, fulminated against the rich who had fled their country to avoid contagion, saw political, so contributed to another sort of revolution. Yes, so this I like, instrumental in bringing about, brought about political stability. No, France was unstable for a long time. According to the passage, during a pandemic, people usually accumulate wealth. They spend less. I wouldn't say they accumulate wealth. They spend less during the peak part of the pandemic. Consumer spending rises and employment recovers. Consumer spending rises, but employment recovers. I'm not sure about this because there was automation and robotics. Economy goes into a recession. Probably happens, but post-pandemic it booms. Let's just have a look at this. When people are surveyed in large numbers, evidence from earlier pandemic, during acute phase, people behave as accumulate savings. As spending opportunities vanish, they accumulate savings during a pandemic, during the acute phase. I wouldn't say they accumulate wealth, they accumulate savings. It could become wealth. People save most of their money. That's correct. Economy goes into a recession. But during a pandemic, during the acute phase, it goes into a recession. But during the pandemic, it bounces back also. So, not B, but I'm really torn between A, C, D. People save post-pandemic boom. People save most of their money. Accumulating savings as spending opportunities vanish. That is correct. A, C, D all look correct. So they accumulate money, they save most of their money during the acute phase of the pandemic, not during the entire phase, but only post-pandemic the boom comes. So, economy goes into a recession. Yeah, that's also hinted at. Following this, GDP does tend to bounce back. That means during the pandemic, economy goes into a recession. I'm really torn. I think economy goes into a recession, people save most of their money. Both are correct. I'm going to go with this. But I'm not sure about that. based on paragraph 4, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. All of the following are likely to happen to the supply side of the economy. Pandemic risk may incentivize firms to automate tasks previously done by workers. True. Prospects for low-wage workers may reduce after the pandemic ends. Hinted at but not explicitly stated. Firms may not revert to their pre-pandemic production process. True. They try new things. Automation may be accompanied by loss of employment opportunities. True. All good. So this is good. Except this one, low wage workers. There's no hint at low wage workers here. Supply side. Use of labor saving technology, yes, but specifically low wage, we're not having any evidence there. We know that that's what they're talking about, but it's not, low wage is not explicitly mentioned. It's hinted, but there's now nowhere here where low wage is here. When the author refers to a twist in the tale, which just comes right at the end, talking about, he means political upheavals with economic consequences. No, I think he talks about potential social unrest a while later. Enjoy the boom, but an unrest is probably coming. Social unrest leading to civil violence. I like this. Post-pandemic booms and inequity, that's too broad. Unemployment and exacerbated inequality, too broad. That can happen. But a twist in the tale is, enjoy the boom, unrest is coming. Civil unrest is likely to come, enjoy the boom now. I'm confident with this. Lovely. Next passage, Buddhism. Let me read a few sentences of the passage and then we'll take a decision after that. I hope you can see this. The quest for an accurate history stems from the conviction that androcentric history, by definition, cannot be accurate. It will be riddled with emissions about women, but will also, in most cases, whitewash many negativities about the patriarchal past. So, focusing on men, leaving out women, and whitewash many negativities. So, lovely. The women's studies perspective claims, quite reasonably, that a recounted past which ignores data about the female half of the population cannot be accurate. Accurate history is always preferable to inaccurate history, simply because of its accuracy. Okay. Therefore, part of the reason to investigate the history of the roles and images of women in Buddhism, simply to recount and recover what is usually not included in histories of Buddhism, and thus to empower women. So, we're going to talk about Buddhist history. We're going to talk about how it was patriarchy linked, men-centric, how women viewpoint has been whitewashed away, how we can possibly redress this. Right? Lovely. Reasonable, I understand these words, I understand the first paragraph. Whitewash, I understand. Patriarchal past, I understand. Androcentric, I understand. So I'm going to go ahead with this. Recognizing that our record of the past, I'm going to read quietly. Okay, I don't really understand this part. Eleanor McLaughlin, writing of the same issue in connection with Christian history, androgynous scholar seeks a past that is at once responsible, grounded in the historicist rubric of dealing with the past on its own terms, and usable. I mean, with the search for a usable past, I don't really understand that, but I'm going to read ahead because I think the rest is more governable. Lovely. This is a brilliant theme, very crucial theme. There's several countries in the world are trying to redress this thing, saying the way we tell ourselves our history shapes how we see ourselves and possibly how we can think of our future. Several countries are doing this, so there's nothing unusual in the theme. Here the view is from a feminist history point of view, and saying a usable past is important precisely because the religious community constitutes itself by means of its collective memory, the past that it recalls and emulates. So what we think of ourselves as the past, what sits in our head, shapes how we think of ourselves. And that is important for Buddhism also. When the record discounts or ignores women, the community is telling itself and its women something about women's potential and place in the community. So probably there is a need for redressing this. I don't understand some elements, but I can live with it. Let me see. If the questions are too difficult, I'm in trouble. Buddhism did not allow women into its fold and to lead a monastic life. We don't know. Buddhist teachings have undermined women's access to religious spaces and roles. Buddhist history is probably, but not Buddhist teachings. Female Buddhists have performed important roles in the religion. Don't think so. Buddhist rules have prevented women from gaining the privileges that are granted to men. None of these is explicitly stated. And so let's look at this. So, according to the women's studies perspective of Buddhism, let's see. Where is women's studies mentioned? Feminist historians, Buddhism did not allow women into its fold and to lead a monastic life. What's this thing? Ignores women. The history ignores women. Buddhist teachings have undermined women's access to religious spaces and roles. This is probably true. Female Buddhists have performed important roles in the religion. We don't know that. They're not stating that. Buddhist rules have prevented women from gaining the privileges that are granted to men. Probably yes, but it's not even prevented. They have not even talked about that. So it is undermined, I think, is a better word than prevented. So teachings that undermine women's access to religious spaces and roles. That is probably most relevant. Did not allow women into its fold and to lead a monastic life. I don't see there is evidence of that. So I would go with this B. Not that confident. All of the following are true about history in general, except historical accounts are useful but imperfect half-truths about past events. Yeah, so more or less accurate, imperfect, useful. Historical accounts reinforce values and viewpoints that are subjective and inaccurate. Perhaps yes, they're subjective, yes, they're more or less accurate. The history that one reconstructs is reflective of one's current value system. That is also true. I don't know where exactly you saw that. So history that one reconstructs is reflective of one's current value system. That is true. An androgynous historian lacks commitment to humanity as a whole. I've not said it anywhere. It's not saying the lack comes from an easy choice. According to the passage, the androgynous scholar presents a historical model that empowers women, not necessarily that redresses omissions and recasts interpretations. Probably yes, but that's not the objective. Attempts to present the most usable account of the past. No, it has to be responsible and usable. It's a trade-off. Present an interpretation of history that is favorable to women. It redresses the balance. I don't think it is favorable to women. It's inclusive and brings in wholesome perspectives to the past. Androgynous is inclusive and brings wholesome perspectives. I don't know whether it is wholesome in any way. Wholesome is too broad. It only talks about women not being excluded, redressing that issue. That is favorable to women. No, it just redresses some balance. Presents a historical model that empowers women. I would go with it. It's bland, but others are not happy. Attempts to present the most usable account, not required. That is favorable to women, not required. It improves the balance, not presently favorable. It's inclusive and brings in wholesome perspectives of the past. Why inclusive? Why wholesome? New adjectives, not happy. Feminist historians want to investigate the history of the roles and images of women in Buddhism. Where does it come? to recount and recover what is usually not included in histories of Buddhism, and thus to empower women. Okay, part of the reason investigate is simply to recount and recover what is usually not included in the histories of Buddhism, and thus to empower women. Nice. Which of the following, if true, suggests that the investigation may not succeed in empowering women? Religious communities disapprove of history that ignores women because women form the majority of believers in all regions. So this will strengthen it. They disapprove of history that ignores. So this will help. We were looking for something may not succeed in empowering. When women studies recount the heroic women of the past, it has the potential to reshape the character of whole communities. That's also true. Religious communities perpetuate themselves by the conviction of its members for whom the authenticity and accuracy of history is immaterial. No. For them it should be material. The narratives built around patriarchy or gender equality have the potential to influence the thinking of future generations. That is true. So this one is what I would go for most. Lovely. I think I selected a wrong passage for just 4 questions. I should have probably skipped that, and I'm doing very poorly on time. So I need to amp up my speed. Let's see if I can do better now. That was a wrong passage. I should have skipped that. Synthetic mRNA, the ingenious technology behind the Pfizer, BioNTech, and Moderna vaccines, might seem like a sudden breakthrough or a new discovery. 1 year ago, almost nobody in the world knew what an mRNA vaccine was, for the good reason that no country in the world had ever approved one. Lovely. I should have picked this passage. It was nice and juicy, very relevant. Vaccination. I'm still regretting having selected the previous passage. I should kill that. Let's jump in. Which of the following best expresses the main idea of the passage? How the once dismissed idea of mRNA vaccine became a leading technology. It is not once dismissed, it just had a long gestation period. How mRNA technology could possibly end the COVID-19 pandemic, and the potential to change the way we treat diseases, has the potential to treat, but you're not talking about ending COVID-19. mRNA vaccines represent a promising alternative to conventional vaccine approaches because they exploit the normal biological processes. Yes, I like this. Bland but correct. Using mRNA as a medicine has the potential to transform, not as a medicine, as a vaccine. C works. According to the passage, how do mRNA medicines work? mRNA medicines supplement production of useful proteins and inhibits the production of disease-causing proteins. No. Produce instructions that direct cells in the body to make proteins to prevent or fight disease. It's like, are mass-produced molecules that repair or recreate cells in order to treat or prevent a disease? No. While enabling the genetic code to perform natural bodily functions, deactivates the disease-causing pathogens? No. The body to make proteins to prevent or fight disease. According to paragraph 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the following are true about mRNA vaccine against COVID-19. It instructs cells to produce spike proteins 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is right. It destroys the spike proteins. No, it doesn't. It instructs them. It makes the immune system prepared to destroy the COVID-19 virus. It circumvents our natural immune system. It doesn't destroy spike proteins. But it doesn't circumvent our natural immune system either. It just helps it. So I don't like this either. It's not true. It doesn't circumvent our natural immune system. It doesn't destroy spike proteins. It sends instructions to make spike protein. I'm going to go with that. I'm going to assume it's a wrong choice. COVID-19 vaccines by Pfizer and Moderna rely on synthetic messenger RNA, mRNA. Yep. That is true. Messenger RNA is a synthetic substance that directs protein production in cells throughout the body. Yes, that is also true. That is throughout the body or not, that I am not so sure. The research into mRNA, which began with COVID-19, has assumed the potential to replace conventional therapy in medical science. Not replace, supplement. mRNA's technology depends on mass-producing molecules that occur naturally in the body. No, it just produces spike protein. That production cells, protein production in cells throughout the body, not throughout the body, not throughout the body. I think the throughout the body thing is the issue. I'm going to go with that. I'm going to check. Tells our cells which proteins to make. Commander of cellular machinery to make just about. Mass produce, all good, but they rely on synthetic messenger mRNA. There I don't like the word synthetic, and here I don't like the word throughout the body. One of the two. It is synthetic because it is created outside. I'm going to go with that, but I'm torn between these two. In principle is the billion-dollar art tricks. Like one could use mRNA to treat almost any disease. No. Would require huge amounts in funding. No. Can generate enormous profits and with very few. So there's still some battles to win. I have 11 minutes. I still like RC. So I'm going to have a go at this because I'm not such a big fan of the sentence rearrangement and all that. Let me see. Let me see the first paragraph, if everything goes. As early as 1963, it was clear to some psychologists that many Americans tended to attribute anything they disliked to the intentional design of a few influential others. Conspiracy theory. I like this. They're based on fudgy claims which their believers considered facts nonetheless. Then the internet accelerated the circulation of such beliefs, and America is now awash with such beliefs. Conspiracy theories, 50% of Americans questions seemed some larger conspiracy at work. Shape-shifting reptilian people control our body. Yes, the moon landing, the whole thing. Most psychologists now agree that almost all conspiracy theories, irrespective of which conspiracy theory they subscribe to, have one thing in common: a generic worldview which makes them more prone to believe in wild hypotheses. In short, the believer's mentality matters more than the contents of the belief itself do. In other words, it's not how believable the hypothesis is, but how ready to believe with the believer. This is so true. Naturally, a number of studies have already been conducted to understand the mindset. Lovely. I want to be unique, so I'll follow something that nobody else follows. And therefore, conspiracy theory. I like this passage. I'm going to have a crack at this. According to the passage, all of these are true except a conspiracy theory seems to be more attractive to some people if it is a minority opinion. Yes, mine need to be unique. That is true. Different conspiracy theories have different levels of acceptance with the same group of people. Probably yes, but not directly stated. So I'll hold on to that. The content of a conspiracy theory as well as the mindset of the person contribute to its acceptance level. True, true. The mindset of the person probably plays a bigger role. Conspiracy theories have multiplied in number, diversified in content, and increased their acceptable level due to the internet. Let's look at this. Then the internet accelerated the circulation of such beliefs. Now, America is now awash with such beliefs, popularly known. Awash, so a lot of them. Accelerated the circulation. But I don't know diversified in content. It's an extra bit they've added. Diversified in content. I'm not sure about that. Have different levels of acceptance, yes. Mindset also matters, yes. This is true. Diversified, I don't know. Imhoff's experiment confirmed that believers in conspiracy theories rarely believed in theories that others believed in. No. Imhoff, where is Imhoff? Your need to feel unique increased this. Possessed a craving for being different from others. That is true. Felt that they were victims of a chaotic system. No. Often exhibited aggressive behavior towards those who, no, that is the conspiracy nuts. 1 second. Needing to feel unique and the extent to which they do. Which of the following can be inferred about people who are drawn to conspiracy theories? They have important psychological motives to satisfy. Yes, they want to be unique. They feel they're not under control. They have psychological disorders. No. They have low self-esteem. No. They're trying to satisfy their need for knowledge and certainty. No. They are worried about the uncertainty. They're drawn to this. If you want to satisfy your need for knowledge, then you shouldn't be a conspiracy nut. They have important psychological motives to satisfy. They want to be unique, so they're drawn to this. They have no control, so they're drawn to this. They have low self-esteem. Probably true, but not wholly true. Imhoff's follow-up study established that people who feel powerless are attracted to conspiracy theories. No. Fewer the believers in a conspiracy theory, the higher their conspiracy mentality. That is true. The higher the need for distinction, the fewer the believers in the conspiracy theories. The fewer the believers, deeper my conviction. You endorse a specific conspiracy, the higher their conspiracy mentality. That is true. Higher the conviction. The higher the number of believers, the greater the sense of control deprivation. It's not about control deprivation. I need to feel unique. There are fewer here, so I feel reinforced about my uniqueness. Lovely. Alternate summaries. I don't have that much time. I'm already struggling with time. Let me see this. Para summary is not so happy. Again, para summary. Para jumble. Let's have a crack at this. Odd one out and key in the number of sentences you answer. So 5 jumbled and sentences. Under current guidelines from the Endocrine Society, none of these medical interventions can happen before the onset of puberty. The actual danger comes from denying trans people the medical care they need. But such scare tactics ignore reality for the vast majority of people who receive treatment. Gender-affirming hormones are given in the teen years and only when patients have shown well-documented distress at the mismatch between their gender identity and their physical sex characteristics. Anti-trans laws play on fears that children may irreversibly alter their bodies and then come to regret it. Anti-trust laws plays, but such scare tactics ignore the reality. 5-3 works. None of these medical interventions can happen before the onset of puberty. I would go for 1, but I'm not sure at all. It's only theta, therefore I am attempting this. There's a disturbingly strong historical analogy to the Republican Party's transformation to cult of personality. The only question was whether the other party grandees could move ahead without Mao's charismatic link to the party's gullible base. While deferentially doing Mao's bidding could yield career advantages, he was old, low on energy, and on his way to meeting Karl Marx in the great beyond. The CPC's plenary meeting in 1958, Marshal Peng Dehoy pointed out that Mao's judgment was flawed and that he could no longer be trusted as the first among equals. But Mao struck first, while party officials like Peng and others turned up dead, and the rest of the Gandhis got with the program of the Cultural Revolution. The Republican Party looks weird, but again, I'm not sure about this at all. Market makers don't care about whether stock prices rise or fall. They just want a cut when people buy or sell. Sell-side analyst. So when an investor buys a call option from a market maker, the market maker will immediately hedge the position by buying the stock. Market makers are companies that facilitate share trades by owning stocks and making them available for sale. Lovely. So 4, 2, 3, 1. Market maker definition, they don't care about, so when an investor buys, they're covered when the price falls. Lovely. I'm happy with this. We are bored by our work to the point that our job seems pointless or a task devoid of value. We all know what burnout is and why it's bad. While burnout is linked to long hours, poor work-life balance, and our glamorization of overwork, bore-out happens when we feel it is totally meaningless. But fewer of us have heard of bore-out, a related phenomenon that's arguably just as pernicious. So, okay, we'll go with 2, 4, 3, 1. I think the last one was also 2, 4, 3, 1, which is very unusual. We all know what burnout is, but fewer of us have heard of bore-out. Well, burnout is linked to long hours. This is what we are bored by our work to the point that the job seems pointless. It's my job, not now, back when I was in banking. Now I like my job. Since 1976, more than 70 countries have abolished the death penalty. If campaigners have their way, life sentences will be the next sort to be branded cruel and rendered unusual. The number of executions worldwide in 2020 fell for the 5th year, running to its lowest in a decade. Opponents of life without parole hope to repeat the success of campaigners against. So 1, 3, or 3, 1. The number of executions will be true. Campaigners have their way, life. Oops. I don't know whether I managed to save it. Anyway, I don't even know whether I attended that. I think that's dead. Let's do this. Tomato is a popular app-based food delivery company. How many questions are there in Tomato? Let me just see this. This is Tomato, this is Tomato. This is not Tomato. Only 4 questions in Tomato. Okay. Oh, I like this already. 10. I like this one already, so I'm going to jump this. I like these questions with big charts and graphs and numbers. They're boring as hell, but you can get them right. So I'm going to have a crack at this. Let me see this. No, I'm good. Thank you. There are exactly 6 segments in Indian automobile sector, namely SUV, hatchback, sedan, van, wagon, and coupe. 5 manufacturers dominate the automobile market in the country. The following 2 radar charts represent the following. Radar chart is this. Radar chart 1 and 2. I hate it when there are 2 charts, but there's 6 questions. Relative market share by value of each manufacturer expressed as a percentage of the total market share of the 5 manufacturers taken together in each of the 6 segments. Okay, let's look at this. Manufacturer 1 in SUV, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. I'm going to add these 25, 45, 70, 100. 10 plus 45, 55. 20, 20, 20 is 60, 60, 30. Yeah, they all add up to 100. Nice. Relative market share expresses the percentage of the total market share of the 5 manufacturers taken together. Lovely. Or the total revenue generated by the 5 manufacturers together by selling SUV, 30% went to this. Lovely. Radar chart 2, market share by value of the 5 manufacturers taken together in 6 different things. Okay. Lovely, lovely. This is easy. This gives the overall share. What is SUV of the big 5? This goes inside and talks about this. Nice. I really like this. I hope this is as easy as it promises to be. Or the total revenue generated by all the automobile companies in India by selling van type cars, some 40, 50, 60, sorry, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. So 75% or 73% come from the 5 manufacturers. Or the revenues generated by all automobile companies, 75%. All sedan, 75%. Lovely. I've got the hang of this. This is within the 5, what is your share? This is of the industry, what is the 5 share? Lovely. Now I can attack this. The total market size for SUV, hatchback, sedan, van, wagon and coupe in India are the ratio 3:5:2:3. I hate you guys. Just kidding. SUV, hatchback, sedan, SUV, hatchback, sedan, van, wagon and coupe. Van, wagon and coupe. The total market size 3:5:3. 3:5:2:3:2:1. 3:5:2:3:2:1. 3:5:2:3:2:1. Lovely. What percentage of revenue is generated by manufacturer 1 by selling van type cars? What percentage of revenue is generated by manufacturer 1 by selling van type cars? Oh my God, this is a pain. I have to probably do the whole grid and simplify this. Do I try this? This is tempting enough to go all the way and finish everything off. But to get 6 questions for this, I might fill the whole grid and then see where it takes us. Fine, so each of this we know. SUV is 80%. I'm going to make this slightly smaller. SUV is 80%. Hatchback is 60%. 60, 75. Van is 72, 60, 50. So these 5 have this share. So this number that they have is going to be 2.4, 3, 1.5, 72 to 3, 2.16, 1.2 and 0.5. This is the actual number. This is the market size, this is the share. Lovely. Then let's look at what percentage of revenue is generated by manufacturer 1 by selling van type cars. Let's look at manufacturer 1, van type car. Manufacturer 1, his percentages. So M1 percentages, I'm going to track blue line, SUV, hatchback in that order. 30%, 10%, 5%. 30%, 10%, 5%. Nice. 30, 10, 5. 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, yeah, 25%. Dark blue, 5, 10, 15, 20%. 5, 10, 15%. Just quickly checking, 30, 10, 5, 30, 10, 5, 25, 20, 15, 25, 20, 15. Lovely, lovely, lovely. What percentage of 30% of 2.4, this is 0.72, 10% of 3, 0.3, 5% of 1.5, which is negligible, 0.075, 25% of 2.16, this is 0.54, 20% of 1.2, 0.24, 15% of 0.5, 0.075. Small numbers, nice. So what percentage is by van type of cars? Van is 0.54. What is it as a share of overall? Let's do this. Let's get this done. 5 plus 5 is 0. 1, 8, 12, 16, 23, 25, 5, 2, 9, 12, 14, 19. 1.950. We're trying to do 0.540 by 1.95. I think there may be a calculator here. Do I have a calculator? Oh, please tell me that there is a calculator. Yes. 0.54 divided by 1.95. Oh. 0.54 divided by 1.95. 27.69%. There should be a okay. 27%. Maybe I've done some calculation wrong. It says 27.00%, but I'm confident. I'm going for this. The market size for sedan type cars in India is 32,000 crores. What is the market size of SUV in India? If the revenue generated by the manufacturer by selling sedan type cars is the same as the revenue generated by, these are market shares by value. Market size for sedan type cars is 32,000 crores. What is the market size for SUV in India? The revenue generated by, okay, the 3:2:1, all that is for only this, okay, okay. So these numbers don't exist for the second question. Sedan type cars is 32,000 crores. SUV, the revenue generated by manufacturer 5 by selling sedan type cars, the same as the revenue generated by manufacturer 2 and 3 by selling SUV type cars. So let's look at manufacturer 5 sedan. This is light blue and sedan. Light blue has a 40% share of sedan, and sedan share is 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. It's 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 75%, and then 40%. 40% of 75% of 32,000 crores. I'm going to go to the next slide. We have 40% of 75% of 32,000 crores. That is what the first number is. SUV type by 2 and 3. SUV type, the market share of the big 5 is 80%. 2 and 3 put together. 2 is red, 3 is light green. Let's look at SUV, red and light green. Red is 5%, light green 10, 15, 20. 25%, both put together, 25% of 80% of something. This is 25% of 80% of X. This is 3, this is 2, this is 16,000. 3 into 16,000, 48,000 crores. Hopefully that should be there in the choices, and it is not there. Let's do this one more time. Sedan is 32,000. Market size of manufacturer 5 by selling sedan type. Sedan 75% of 32,000 crores. Manufacturer 5 is blue in color, and in sedan he has a 40% share. 40% of 75% of 33,000 crores. That is good. Manufacturer 2 and 3 by selling SUV types. SUV is here. Sorry, SUV is here. Okay, 2 and 3. 2 and 3 are red and light green. I think that's where I made the mistake. 10 and 20, 30%. okay, not 25%, 30% of SUV type cars, 80% of X. 75% off, 40% off, 32K. 3 and 40 and 80, 1:2, 30 and 75. 30 becomes 15 into 2, 15 into 5. 32K becomes 16K. 16 into 5, 80,000 crores. I made some other mistake again. 40%, 80%, this is 2. Yeah. Again, another 2. 40,000 crores, that should be the answer. 40,000 crores, that's here. Lovely. Go to the next one. Which of the following statements is definitely false? Is the revenue generated by manufacturer 4 from the sale of van type car the same as the revenue generated by manufacturer 5 from the sale of wagon type car? 4 from van type. Van type is 72% of market. 4 is purple. Purple in van is 5, 10, 15, 20. 20% of 72%. 20% of 72% of van. This is manufacturer 4 in van type. Van type is 72%. Manufacturer 4 is purple. And that is 5, 10, 15, 20%. Lovely. Revenue generated by manufacturer 5 from the sale of wagon type. Wagon type is 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. 40, 50, 60. 60% of the market. Manufacturer 5 in wagon. This is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 60% off, 25% off. 60% of 25% of wagon, this goes off in this. This is 3, this goes off in this. This is 24. 24% of van market is equal to 25% of wagon market. Looks fine, 5:6. This goes off, all good, all good. Seems fine. Let's look at this. Total revenue generated by manufacturer 3, 4, and 5 selling van is same as total revenue generated by manufacturer 1, 2, and 3 by selling wagon. Why do you guys do this to us? 3, 4, and 5 selling van. 3, 4, 5 is green, purple, blue. Green is 5, 10, 15%. Purple is 20, 35. Blue is 25. 60% of van. 60% of van. Let's say 1, 2, 3 wagon. 1, 2, 3 wagon. Light blue, which is 5, 10, 15, 20. 20, 20, and 10. 50% of which of the following is definitely false? The first one looks to be false. Revenue generated by manufacturer 1 by selling van is 25% more than the revenue generated by manufacturer 5 by selling wagon. 1 in van, 1 in van. So blue in van is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25% of van. Manufacturer 1 in van is 25% of van. And manufacturer 5 by selling wagon. 5 is light blue, wagon is 40, 35, 30, 25. 25% of wagon. I'm worried about this number. I think something is wrong. This is 15, this is 14.4. I'm going to check that out. Check the first statement. Revenue generated by manufacturer 4 from the sale of van type car. Van is 72% of the van market, and in van manufacturer 4 is purple. This is 5, 10, 15, 20. 20% of 72%. That is correct. same as the revenue by manufacturer 5. 5 is blue and wagon. Blue and wagon is 40, 35, 30, 25. 25% of 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 of 60%. This is correct. This is 15, that is 14.4, ratio is 24:25, all good. Revenue generated by manufacturer 1 by selling van is 25% more than the revenue generated by manufacturer 5 by selling wagon. No, I'm not getting that. Definitely false. I get this to be false and this to be false. If next year the total market size of wagon in the country increases by 56.5% and everything else remains the same, revenue generated by manufacturer 1 by selling van will be same as revenue generated by manufacturer 2 by selling wagon. None of the above. I think all are false. I don't know, something is wrong, so I'm going to go to the next one, but I'm still taking the chance. The ratio of market size of SUV, hatchback, sedan, van, wagon are given that the highest amount of revenue, find the ratio, highest amount of revenue generated by any of these 5 manufacturers from the sale of each type of these 6 cars are the same. Let's do this. Let's take, this is possible, even though I'm a little tired. SUV, 30% of 80%, that is 24%. Then hatchback is 40, 50, 60, 70, 70%. And in hatchback it is 30%. Hatchback is 21% of total. Then sedan is 40% as a peak, 75%. Sedan is 30% of total. Then van is 35% of 72%. 72 into 35, 35 2s are 70, 0, 7, this is 252, 25.2%. This is van. Wagon, 40, 50, 60, 60%. The peak is 25, 30, 35, 40, 25, 25. This is 15%. And then we have coupe, which is 35% of 50%. All these are equal. We need to find ratio of these. 24% of SUV equals 21% of hatchback equals 30% of sedan equals 25.2% of van. We need to find some ratios. Let's look at the choices, should be useful. 24:30 is 4:5. SUV is to sedan is 5:4. That should work. 15 and 17.5, this is 6:7. Wagon is to coupe is 7:6. 15% of 7 is 17.5% of 6. 21 is 30 is 7:10. 10:7. So hatchback to sedan is 10:7. SUV is to sedan is 5:4. 10:7. There's no 23 number. Let's look at these choices. SUV to sedan. What is the ratio? SUV hatchback. SUV to hatchback should be 7:8. 105:120. That works. 5:4. This works. We are through. The total annual revenue generated by the, I am 20 minutes down and I've not even done one set. Total annual revenue generated by Indian automobile market is equally contributed by SUV, hatchback, sedan, wagon. Then which manufacturer generates maximum revenue by selling automobiles from a single segment? Who has the maximum share in a segment? Total revenue generated is high. So we need to do, we've already done this. This is sedan, 30% of total scores, sedan works. 30% sedan, who's maximum? Just manufacturer 5. We've already done this. Hopefully that should be right. I'm already stuck in the middle of nowhere. Indian automobile market is equally contributed by SUV, hatchback, sedan, wagon. Which of the following is definitely false? Total revenue generated by manufacturer 1 is lowest among the 5 manufacturers. Manufacturer 1. Nice small numbers, looks to be small. Revenue generated by manufacturer 3 by selling sedan. 3 by selling sedan, okay. The same as revenue generated 4 by selling wagon. 4 by selling. This is 5, 10%, that is 0, 5% of the market. 5, 10, 15, 20%. Man, 4 by selling wagon here, sorry. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25% and 5% doesn't look like that. Revenue generated by manufacturer 3 by selling sedan is same as manufacturer 3 is green and sedan. 5, 10, 15, 20% of sedan is 4 by wagon. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25% of wagon, sedan and wagon. Total revenue generated by manufacturer 3 is more than that of manufacturer 2. Manufacturer 3, manufacturer 2. Tricky. Average of total revenue of manufacturer 2 and 5 is more than, I'm skipping this. This is not worthwhile time investment. So I think I'm already in trouble in this section. Again, back because of lack of good selection. Let's go do this. Hopefully we'll get this right and salvage this section. But we're doing horribly on time. Let's see, 11 to 15 at least, or only 14. Largest producer, it makes energy bars of 5 different tastes: chocolate, lemon, vanilla, pineapple, and strawberry. In normal time, each type of energy bar is produced for the production of a slot of 3 hours in a day. Any one time on 2 production slots? No, I don't like this. I'm going to hit this. This is number based. So I think I like this. A, B, C, D, and E are playing a game of numerical charade in a game show on an entertainment television show. Fred the anchor gives numbers 13, 24, 35, 42, and 51 written on a piece of paper secretly to A, B, C, D, and E. Participants are not supposed to disclose their own number to any of the other participants. The audience knows the numbers allotted to all the 5. Nice. Fred gives the following information to all the 5 participants. I've given a 2-digit number to each of you. Nice. No 2 of you have the same number in units or tens place. That is nice. That is clear. For each of you, the 10th digit is a unit digit for someone else other than yourself. Nice. So it is 13 and 51. What you see, the 10th digit is a unit digit for someone else, where it is 5, then this is 35. This goes here, this goes here. Something ends in 3, this is 13. And then 24, 42. Lovely. Sum of the numbers allotted to Alice and Earl is a square of a single digit number. Nice. I can do this. Sum, let me do sums. 13 plus 24 is 37, 48, 65, 37, 48, 65. These are the 3 sums. 13 plus 51, 64. This could be a winner. 24 plus 35 is 59, 66. 24 plus 51 is 75. 35 plus 42 is 77. 35 plus 51 is 86. 42 plus 51 is 93. So 64 is, I got 13 and 51. Alice and Earl, I've got 13 and 51. A and E, I've got 13 and 51 in some order. Lovely. Earl being my best friend, I've given him the biggest number. Earl has got 51, Alice has got 13. That would have made my life so much easier. Assume that all 5 participants and the audience use correct logic. Fred now asks the following questions in such a way that the contestants can hear only the questions put to them. They can neither hear the question put to others nor the answer that the others give. The audience, however, can hear everything. You have to tell the answer given by the contestants to Fred. Numbers not supposed to disclose their own number to any of the other participants. The audience knows the numbers allotted to all the 5. 13, 24, 35, 42 and 51 written on a piece of paper. Secretly, the participants are not supposed to disclose their own number to any of the other participants. Audience knows the number. Given a 2-digit number to each of you, what is the number given to Earl? The highest number is 51. To Alice. Alice has 13. (13 plus 36), 13 plus 68, 13 plus 51. All 3 are perfect squares. I have 13 with me. I'm Alice. I could have answered 36, 51 or 68. Could I have answered 68? Yep, all 3 are possible, any of the above. 13 works, 36 works. Sorry, 13 plus 36 is a square, 13 plus 51 is a square, 13 plus 68 is a square. I could have said all 3. So I have 13, the maximum number works. So my number starts with 13. Each of you, the audience knows the numbers allotted to all the 5. So if I'm Alice, I know that a number starts with 3. I'm 13. One number starts with 3 and one number ends with 1. This I know. I could have 36 or 51 or 68, and then the numbers could come in cycles. So any of the above. Let's go to the next one. So give me a second. Give me a second. I'm just going to go back to this question number 21. The participants are not supposed to disclose their own number. The audience knows the number allotted to all the 5. Fred gives the following number. What is the number given to Fred? Fred asks the following questions and only one person. The audience knows the numbers allotted to all the 5. I've given a 2-digit number to each of you. No two have given the same number in units or 10th place. The 10th digit is a unit digit for someone else other than yourself. Sum of numbers allotted to Alice and Earl is the square of a single-digit number. Earl being my best friend, I've given him the biggest number. So if I'm Alice, I know my number is 13. I know that 13 plus something is a perfect square. I know there's a number starting with 3. It could be 36. No. If I have 13 and 36, there should be a number starting with 63. That doesn't work. Lovely. 13 and 68. There should be a number starting with 8. That can't work. It's got the largest number. 13 and 51. Yes, that'll work. Because if there's 36, then there's just something that starts with 6. That doesn't work. Then that'll become the largest number. 51 works. Beautiful. Fred to Bean. Earl is given a number among 51, 65, 64. What must it be? If there is 51, there's a number starting with 1. The 65, there's a number starting with 5. 64, number starting with 4. Alice and Earl add up, so it cannot be 64. Alice plus Earl is a perfect square. So it cannot be 64. 64 plus something is not a perfect square. 65 plus 16 could be a perfect square. 51 plus 13 is a perfect square. Let's think about this. Bean has got one of 24, 35, 42. Earl is given Earl cannot be given 64. 64 plus nothing is a perfect square. Earl could be given 51. If Earl were given 65, there's a number starting with 5 dash. 65 plus 16 is a perfect square. There's got to be a 16 in the system. There's got to be 5 something in the system. 1665, 5 something. I could have got 24 and 42. This could be 51. 24 and 42. This could be a system. '65 plus 16 is 81. Someone's got 51. I've got 24. One more 42. 51, 16, 65. This works. 61 plus 16 is a perfect square. Earl has got the highest. 16 could be Alice. I've got 24. Someone else has got 42. 16, 65, 51. This is possible. So it cannot be 64. It could be 51 and 65. One or two only. Both are possible. Fred to Bean. What are the numbers given to Dave and Carla? Use data from the previous question. So one possibility is I've got 24. There is one other 42. There is 65. 16 and 51, or there's a 51 in the system plus 13 . I could have got 35. What are the numbers given to Fred and Clara? Which question am I in? 23, 22. This system could very much be possible. This is what is bothering me. 65 for Earl, 16 adding up to 81, and 51 being the third number. I've got 24, somebody else has got 42. That's very much possible for the 5 numbers from Bean's point of view. This doesn't work. What are the numbers given to Dave and Clara? 51 and 42. This is me. Let's see. 35 and 42. 52 and 41. I put 51, 13, 35. I could have got 24. What are the numbers given to Dave and Clara? Dave and Clara. This is not good. So Alice could have got 51, in which case E could have got 51, in which case A could be 13 or 30. 30 is not possible. So it's only 13. 51 and 13 are in the bag. If I got a 24, I know 24, 42, 35. So 42 and 35 could be the answer. This is correct. But here I am discounting this possibility. I don't know why this is not possible. 65, 16, 51, 24, 42. So E is this. A is this, adding up to 81, 51, 24, 42. This is very much possible. I have 24, I'll get 42, and I can do the remaining, fill the remaining like this. But 35 and 42 could be an answer. 51 and 42 could also be an answer. 52 and 41 cannot be an answer. 52 and 41 doesn't work for me. 52 and 41, is that possible? I have 65, 16. I could have got 35. Or I have 24 with me. 41, 52. 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 1, 1. Yeah, this is also possible. Any of these is possible. All three are possible. Lovely. Fred Tubin, what is the maximum difference between the numbers given to Dave and Clara if Earl has the number 65? Lovely. Earl has 65. 65, 16 could be Earl and Alice. 42, 24, 51 could be the other three. 65, 16, 24, 41, 52 is a possibility. This is E and A. This is B. That is C and D. E and A. B or B, C and D. 27 could be the difference. If I have 24, I'll put 42. 51 and 42 are possible answers. So 27 could be the difference. So let's go to the previous question. What are the numbers given to Dave and Clara? 52 and 41, 35 and 42, 51 and 42. So 65, 16, 52 and 41, 51 and 42, 65, 16, I could have had 24 and 42 and 51. I could have had 42, 24, 51, 27 is possible. I think 27 is possible. I'm going to submit that. Now I'm in Hail Mary territory. I don't have any time to do anything. Tomato, very good business in upscale neighborhood city. A, B, C, and D are the 4 employees of the company, each of whom delivered a number of orders over 5 days. Okay. The number of orders delivered on each day for how many employees can be uniquely determined. I have 4 people. I may be able to determine, I cannot uniquely determine 3. 1, 2, 4 are all possible. 4, I'm thinking no. 1, I'm putting no, so I'm going for 2. How many orders did Bharat deliver on Thursday? 24, 25, 38, 42, 43. Let's go for this. On which day did Chandrika deliver the maximum number of orders? I'm not taking a punt with this. I'm not doing any of the type in the answer question, any of this. How many different sequence of production slots are possible for any standard sequence production of normal time? How many different sequences? No, I'm not doing. This is question number 16, 17. I'm doing only theta. Using the virtual keyboard and the box prepared. But how many different sequence of production slots are possible in any standard sequence during the festive season? Should be a lot. Should be a nice multiple. I'm just having fun with theta. 18, 19, 20. I think my decision making, thinking that this was doable, turned out to be a nightmare. Maybe this I could have hung in there and done, not worth it. I think this LR section has been a disaster. Even in VRC, my decision making was a little poor. Anyway, I've got 8 seconds of rest. I can take some exercise and then I can come back. Nice, let's attack this. That is the gone. So let's hope for better here. A, B, and C started from their respective houses to reach destination X. Ratio of distances covered by Anil and Sunil were 5:6. By Sunil and Pranil is 3:2. Anil, Sunil, Pranil, 5, 6, 3:2, 5, 6, 4. Ratio of distances. Average of the distances covered by Anil and Pranil is 180. Anil and Pranil average is 4.5. 4.5 equals 180. What is 6 equal to? 240. Nice. This is too easy, so I'm a little worried now. 5:6, 3:2, 5, 6, 4. 5 and 4 average is 4.5. This is 6. I need to kill this. I've already embarrassed myself in that. So I need to destroy this as much as possible. 13x square plus 5y square plus 10z square is 2x, 3y, 2z, 12yz. This is a doable question. I think I can get this. X square is 3x and 2x. Y square is 2 and 1. Z is 3 and 1. 12yz, so it should be 3z and y, 2y minus 3z the whole square, and then 6xy plus 3x minus y the whole square plus 2x minus z the whole square equal to 0. 2x equal to z, or we want to find the ratio of x is to y is to z, right? So x is to y is to z, x is to z is 1 is to 2, x is to y, 3x minus y, 3x equals y, x by y is 1 by 3, 1 is to 3, 1 is to 3 is to 2, that works. 1 is to 3 is to 2, what are we looking for? 1 is to 3 is to 2, good. Finally, we get some momentum. How many digits does 5 power 200 have? Why do you log 2 to the base 10? They're making me remember all my logarithms. This is 200 log 5. Log 2 is 0.3010. Log 5 is 1 minus 0.3010. 0.6990. 699, yeah, this works. 0.699 into 200. 0.699 into 200. 2 nines are 18. 19, 18 plus 1, 19. 1, 2, 6 are 12, 13. This is 139.8. This is the logarithm. So log 5 is point something. Log 50 is 1 point something. Log 500 is 2 point something. So this number plus 1 is the number of digits. 139 plus 1, 140. Don't do this to me. Why is this not erasing? 140. It keeps dancing. That's why I'm getting all answers wrong. The mean of all 3-digit natural numbers of the form x, y, y divisible by 9, where x, y are the digits and x greater than 0. Mean of all x, y, y divisible by 9 and x greater than 0. X, y, y, x greater than 0. Am I missing something, or is it just brute force? I could have starting from 1. X could be 1, 1, 4, 4. X cannot be 2, y plus y, or x can be 2, adding to 88, okay, adding to 18. With 1, I can add up to only 9, I cannot add up to 18. 2, 8, 8, 3, 3, 3. These two should add up to 8, they cannot add up to 17. These two should add up to 16, they cannot add up to 7. These two should add up to 6, cannot add up to 15. 4 to add up to 3-digit odd natural numbers. So 144 doesn't work, 288 doesn't work, 333 works. 4, these two should add up to 14, 477 works. They cannot add up to 5, okay, 5 adding up to 9, 522, we don't have to worry about this. 6, 666, we don't have to worry about this. Adding up to 18, cannot add up to 9, cannot go to 27, okay. 7, 711, this works. It cannot add up to 18, okay. 855, this works, brilliant. 900 is an even number, so this doesn't work. So 333, 477, 711, 855. 10, 11, 16, 6, 1, 16 plus 1, 17, 7, 1, 4, 8, 16, 23, 2, 3, 7, 6 by 4, slightly short of 600. Where X and Y are digits. Okay, I missed 999, nice. Ha, they made a mistake, they should have given me that choice. 15, 5, 1, 8 plus 9, 17, 7, 1, 4 plus 9, 13, 3, 1, 3, 3, 7, 5 by 5. This is 675, 675, 675. Are you there? Lovely, I'm happy. 3 tanks PQ and R of equal capacity are attached with filling types A, B, and C respectively. Initially, all the tanks are completely empty. Let's make this bigger. A, B, and C are opened simultaneously. When tap A completely fills tank B, tap B has yet to fill 400 liters. And tap C has yet to fill 720 liters tank R. B and C are opened simultaneously. B completely fills tank Q, tap C has yet to fill 400 liters of tank R. What is the capacity of each tank? Very interesting. Very interesting. A, B, C. When A fills, B can do only X minus 400. C can do only X minus 720. Nice. When B does X, C can do only X minus 400. What is the capacity of this tank? This ratio should be this ratio. X minus 400, the whole square is X into X minus 720. X square minus 800X plus 1600 is X square minus 1440X 160000. X square goes away. 400 into 400 minus 720X. What am I doing? Is 80X. 40 by 8 is 5. 2000. 1600 square is 2000 into 1280. Yep, that works. The capacity is 2000. A family reduced their consumption of rice by n% as the price of rice increased by 2n%. What will be the change in expenditure of the family if n is less than 36? What does less than 36 got to do with this? Rice and price. Rice into price reduced by n% as the price increased by 2n%. P into 1 plus 2n by 100. R into 1 minus n by 100. What will be the change in expenditure of the family? So this divided by RP, I'll look to find this. This is 1 plus dash. And so let's knock this off. Okay, that's why the less than 36 comes in. If it's more than 36, this will go away. Okay, nice. So RP, this will go away. 1 minus n by 100, 1 plus 2n by 100. We have to write this as 1 plus something, n is less than 36. So it is 0.9 into 1.2 is 1.08. So 0.72 into 0.64 into 1.72 should be roughly 1. That's what they are saying by this. Lovely. So it is less than, this will be higher, it will be increase, not decrease. All of them are increase. So, okay. 1 minus n by 100 plus 2n by 100 minus 2n square by 100 square. This should be written as 1 plus something. So 2n by 100 minus n by 100 is n by 100 minus 2n square by 100 square. N by 100. So take the LCM, that is 100 square. 100n minus 2n square by 100 into 100, or 50n minus n square by 50 into 100. 50n minus n square, 50n minus n square by 50, 50n minus n square by 50, this is what it is, into 100, should be as a percentage. Yep, I hope this is right. I'm going to go to the next one. How am I doing on time? Time is little slow, but I can still catch up. The largest possible sphere is completely enclosed inside a cone of radius 2014 and height 48. The remaining space, another smaller sphere having the largest possible radius is closest. No, I'm not doing this. Two identical outlet pipes A and B have each been attached to a tank. Pipe A is always attached to the bottom, while pipe B can be attached at any height of the tank. Pipe B is attached at half the height of the tank. Tank is completely emptied in 12 hours, while pipe B is attached at 75% of the tank, emptied in 14 hours. How much time will be required if pipe B is also attached to the tank at the bottom along with pipe A? Nice question, interesting question. So I want to try this. A here, B at half. This is at 12 hours. A here, B at 75%. It takes 14 hours. For half the tank, both A and B are operating. So B operates for half the tank, A operates for the full tank, full duration. Here B operates for 25% of the tank, only till here, and then A operates for 75%. If A alone takes A hours, so second half will take A by 2, and A and B together take x hours. The first half will take x by 2. Here it is 3a by 4 plus x by 4. A by 2 plus x by 2 is 12, or a plus x is 24. 3a plus x is 56. Subtract one from the other. 2a is 32, a is 16, x is 8. A and B together drain in 8 hours. Drain the entire tank in 8 hours. If B is also fit to the bottom, it will be 8 hours. B is also to the bottom, it will be 8 hours. A can fill it in 16, B can fill it in 16, 16, 12, 14, yep, that works, 8 hours, yep. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H is a regular hexagon. L is a point in the interior of the hexagon. Perpendiculars are drawn from all the 6 sides of the hexagon from L. The area of this hexagon is 54 root 3, and sum of all 6 length particulars. 54 root 3 is 6 times root 3 by 4 a square. 6 into root 3 by 4 a square is 54 into root 3. Root 3 gets knocked off. This is 9, a is 6. This plus this is root 3, this plus this is, these two altitudes add up to root 3, these two add up to root 3, these two add up to root 3. Root 3 plus root 3 plus root 3a, 3 root 3a, 3 root 3 into 16 into 6, 18 root 3. Nice, that works. I'm still doing slowly, so I need to amp up the speed. M and N are real numbers, at m0, n minus m is 50, the max, the minimum possible value of m less than 0 less than 1 minus 1 by m into 1 plus 1 by n. Nah, I'm not doing this. Distance between two parallel chords of length a and b centimeter in a circle of radius r centimeters if it is an opposite side of the square. This is very doable. Length a and b. A by 2 r, this distance square root of r square minus a by 2 whole square, which is square root of 4r square minus a square by 2. 4r square minus a square plus 4r square minus b square by 2. R square minus a by 2 whole square, opposite sides, so it is plus, not by 2, not by 4, by 2. Yeah, this works fine. A, B and C, A equal to B power B, B equal to C power B, and C equal to A power 1 by A. The value of 1 by A plus 1 by B plus 1 by C can be, I'm not touching this, too many irrational numbers. So this x power 4 minus px cube plus qx square minus rx plus s is all real. How many distinct roots does the equation p square minus 2q equal to 0 have? P square is sum of the roots whole square. P is sum of the roots. P equal to a plus b plus c plus d whole square. Q is taken 2 at a time. AB plus BC plus CD plus DA. P square minus 2q equal to 0 means are all real. Q equals AB plus BC plus CD plus DA plus all of that. You square that, we'll get A square plus B square plus C square plus D square plus 2AB plus 2BA BC plus 2CA plus 2DA. All of that, P square minus 2Q. A, B, C, D. How many roots does the equation P square minus 2Q equal to 0 have? Are all real. So A plus B plus C plus D the whole square minus 2 times this should be 0, or A square plus B square plus C square plus D square should be 0. How many terms will be there? 12 plus 4, 16 terms. This gives A, B, C, D to be 0. How many distinct roots does that have if P square minus 2Q equal to 0? The only one root x is 0. That's the only root possible. Mango trader said the selling price of a dozen mangoes is the same as cost price of 20 mangoes. 12 SP equal to 20 CP. SP is 5 by 3 CP. Lovely. 20% of the mangoes get spoiled due to mishandling, hence sold at half the selling price. So new selling price is 5 by 6 selling price, 5 by 6 of cost price. Overall profit percentage. So half the goods at 5 by 3 plus half at 5 by 6 he sells. So 5 by 6 of cost price plus 5 by 12 of cost price, 15 by 12 of cost price. So profit of 25%. Yeah, so no other expenses to bear. 20% get mishandled. Oh. So it is 4 by 5 into 5 by 3 CP plus 1 by 5 into 5 by 6 CP. 4 by 3, 8 by 6 plus 9 by 6, 3 by 2, 50%. I'm getting tired, so I need to amp up my speed. 4 functions are given below. Graph of one of more of the functions will not touch the x-axis at any point. 2x square plus x minus 105. This is a pain. You just have to complete the squares and see where it takes us. Nothing more than that. 2x square plus x minus 105. X square plus x by 2 minus x square plus x by 2 minus 105 by 2. X plus 1 by 4 whole square equals some number. This definitely has real roots. If I put a 0, there will be a point. If I put y equal to 0, there is solution. Here x square by 3 minus 2x plus 3, just discriminant should not have a solution. There should be no discriminant. That's all we are looking for. B square minus 4ac minus 2 the whole square minus 4 into 3 into 1 by 3. 0, this will have one solution. It will touch at one point. Will not touch the x-axis at any point. 1 doesn't work, 2 doesn't work, 3. 7 square, only 4. This is minus, so b square minus 4ac will be positive. X square plus 7x plus 13, 49. Minus 4 into 13, only 4. The rest is has one root. This has two roots, lovely. Arun had purchased 30 music systems at rupees 6,500 each. He marked the price of each music system as rupees M. He sold the first 8 music system at 10% discount. The next 8 were giving 2 consecutive discounts of 10% and 5% off. So his cost price is 6,500 into 30. First 8 at 10% discount. 8 into 0.9 M. Next 8 at 10% and 5%. 8 into 0.9 into 0.95 M. 2 could not be sold. The remaining music systems were sold after 3 consecutive discounts of 10, 10 and 5. 0.9, 0.9, 0.95. I'll need to use the calculator. 8 plus 8 is 16 and then 12 more into 0.9 into 0.9 into 0.95 M. 2 could not be sold. Arun earned 37740. Find them and then find this. Oh my God, this is a pain. 6,500 into 30. Let's use our beloved calculator. 195,000. 195,000 plus 37740. 232,740. This is the total money he makes. This is 0.72 M, 0.72 into 0.95. 0.684 M. 0.9 into 0.9 into 0.95. 0.9 into 0.9 into 0.95 into 12 equals 9.234. 6.84, 7.2. 9.234 plus 6.84. 9.234 plus 6.84 plus 7.2 equals 23.274. Ah, lovely. 23.274 M is this, or M is 10,000. So M, he gives a 15% discount and he sells everything. So he makes 2,000. He sells at 80,000, 8,500. He makes 2,000 into 30, 60,000 rupees. 2,000 into 3 is 6,000. 60,000. Why do you do this? Yeah, good, well behaved. Arun has some money with him, lucky Arun. He can buy 50 pens or 30 notebooks using the entire amount with him. However, he bought chocolates for his sister using 20% of the amount. And then he bought 20 pens. So 50 or 80, 50 or 30 he could buy. 20% he goes, so he can buy 40 or 24 remaining money. He bought 20 pens. This is pens. This is notebooks. He buys 20. How many notebooks can he purchase? Half of 24, 12, done, lovely. Luckily, you should get some of these questions. How many integral values can n take if log to the base 0.7 of mod x minus 3 is greater than log 7. Base is 0.7, so the equation should work the other way around. Modulus of x minus 3 is less than 7. So x minus 3 sits between 7 and minus 7, or minus 7 plus 3, minus 4, less than x, less than 10. So 1 to 9, 0, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 9. So you should get 13 values. Ha! I get 13 values. How many integral values can x take? Basically, it tells us modulus of x minus 3 is less than 7. So modulus of x minus 3 could be 6 or it could be 0. Come on, you've got to be kidding me. It could be 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 6 into 2, 12 values, plus modulus of x minus 3 could be, it cannot be 0, only 12. Good. X cannot be 0, log 0 is not defined. Lovely. Come on, you guys should have given 13 as a choice and I was getting that wrong. Minimum value of 24.x square plus 1 by 7x. I'm not touching that, where x is greater than 0. I will come back to this if I have time. I like those kind of questions. Speed, time, distance, long question, let me optimize on time. 7 power log x to the base 10 plus x power log 7 to the base 10 is 686. I can guess this. Log 10 to the base 10 is 1, 7 power 1 plus 10, that doesn't work. 100, log 100 to the base 10 is 2. Seven square, 1000, 7 cube, 1000 power. The 7 cube plus 7, 343 plus 343 is 686. I have guessed that, lucky. Good. HCF of two numbers is 61. Their sum is 1159. I know this. I've done this. I did this today. 61m plus 61n is 1159. Take this 1159, divide by 61, goes 1 times 61. 4, 9, 11 minus 6 is 5, 549. 61 goes 9 times 549. So these two add up to 19, 1 and 18, 2 and 17, all the way till 9 and 10, 9 pairs. They should have given something where m and n shouldn't have been 19. Otherwise, the co-prime idea doesn't come in at all. It should have come. X plus y equal to 27 and non-negative integers. X plus y is 27. 2x is greater than or equal to y. Again, very doable. X plus y is 27. If 2x equal to y, we have 3x equal to 27. X is 9. 2x is greater than or equal to y. So I can have x is 9, y is 18. That works. 9 and 18 works. 8 and 19 won't work. My starting point is 9 and 18, then 10 and 17, 11 and 16, 2x is greater than y, 8, and then all the way till 26 and 1. Non-negative integers, so it could be 0, 27 and 0. X is 27, y is 0 will work all the way till 9 and 18. 2x is greater than or equal to y, 9 and 18 is greater than or equal to 18, yeah. 27 minus 8, 19 values work here. That works beautifully. Nice. 2 jars made of plastic and glass are filled with strawberry candies. One of the 2 jars has 300 more candies than the other jar. If 200 candies are taken out of each of the 2 jars, this is irritating. Plastic and glass. One of the 2 jars has 300 more than the other. So n and n plus 300 are n plus 300 and n. If 200 are taken out of each of the 2 jars, the number of candles left in the plastic jar becomes thrice of this. 200 are taken out. This is more than that. So this is thrice that of the glass jar. 200 are taken out. N plus 100 is 3 times n minus 200. Three n 600, 700 equals to n is 350. This is 450 and 150. Yeah, that works. one of the jars has 300 more candies than the other jar, 350 and 150. So this has 350, this has, sorry, this has 350 and this has 650. This becomes 350, 450 and 150. Lovely. 650 and 350, they add up to 1000. Definitely getting tired. I need to finish this before I burn out completely. Some P invest in 5% R% compound interest. The ratio of compound interest for the 5th year to the amount at the beginning of the 3rd year is 0.121. Amount at the beginning is 0.121, 10% interest, 11, lovely. There has been compound interest for the 5th year and the compound interest for the 3rd year is 2541. 10%, how much total compound interest accrued in the first few years? Interest is 10%, 1.121. Difference between the compound interest for the 5th year and the compound interest for the 3rd year. Let's do this. 1.331 into 1.21 equals 0.61051, 0.331. The difference between the compound interest for the 5th year is, okay, let's do this. $1.4641 minus 0.61051 equals -1. This is the 5th year. Compound interest accrued for the 3rd year is 1.331 minus 1.221. Let's do this. 0.331 minus 0.21 equals 0.121. 0.121. 0.02541 times principal is 2541. Or principal is 1 followed by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros. 2, 3, 4, 5. 0.2.25.24. Lovely. How much total compound interest accrued in the first 2 years? First 2 years is 0.21 times this, or 21000, 21,000. I hope it is right. I'm already tired. Come on. If I get one of these zeros wrong, I'm going to be livid. Which of the following is definitely a factor of 35 power 8 minus 4? 35 power 8 minus 4 is definitely not a multiple of 7. It's definitely not a multiple of 5. It's a multiple of 7 and 5. That one. 35 power 8 is 2 power 8. 2 power 8. Yeah, it's definitely a multiple. 3 will work, the others don't work. Lovely. What have I skipped? 7, 10, 12. Let's look at this. Cone and spear. I don't want that. Too much. No. Nah, no. This I can nail. 24.5 x square plus 1 by 7x. We want to find the minimum of this. 24.5 x square by 7x. Divide by x throughout. A plus B by 2 is greater than or equal to square root of greater than or equal to 3.5x. That doesn't work. Let's go here. Mr. 1 starts from point A for point B with speed of 10 meters per second. Mr. 2 starts from point B for point A 20 meters per second. 2 meets 1. He immediately reverses direction, reaches point B. 1 goes from A to B at 10 meters per second. When 2 meets Mr. 1, he immediately reverses the direction, reaches point B. So x and 2x at this point, he goes back. On reaching point B, he immediately starts running towards Mr. 1 with the same speed. On meeting Mr. 1, he again reverses this direction and reaches point B. Process control till Mr. 1 reaches point B. What is the total distance covered by Mr. 2 in the direction opposite to that of Mr. 1? The distance between the points A and B is 1000 meters. This is A covers 1000 meters. In that time, B would have covered 2000 meters. He's traveling at twice the speed. He comes back to the same point. So half would be in this direction, half would be in that direction. Nice. I'm feeling very glad that I did go for this one. Largest possible sphere. I'm going to do this because I'm not happy with that functions question. Inside a cone of radius 17 and height 48. Radius 14, height 48. So there's a nice cube here, a sphere here. Nice. The remaining space, another small pair having the largest possible radius is enclosed. Nice, let's do this. This is R. Height is 48. Wherever the maximum is. R 48 minus R 48 minus R by R. This is 48 minus R by R. This equals 48 by 14. This is 24 by 7. 7 into 48 minus 7R is 24R. 7 into 48 is 31R. No, I'm not going anywhere with this. Second smaller sphere. R is 7 into 48 by 31. Let's do this. We still have time. Nah, no time. There is a theta, I'm taking a chance. No, I think I'm done with these 4 questions. I don't have any time. Maybe I could have tried this. I'll try this later on. I'm tired. I don't know how many of you managed to hang in there for the full time. I'm properly tired. Let us see this. Not answered is 3. This is exam square. Answered is 13, not answered. But a bunch of these are theta guesses. So the attempts don't count. Not answered is 4, answered is 24. This is all right. I was super peeved with this VRC. I'm tired. I'm going to blame the lights and I'm going to blame everything else. I hope, I simply have not managed to look at the chat. I'm super tired. I didn't expect to get this tired. And towards the last quant thing, I was just like I was burning out. So I need to do some exercise. This, I took the wrong passage. The feminist historian passage, I should have dumped it. I should have just looked at it and said, look, I'm not touching this. In this, I think I would have got the Alice and Ernie thing for sure if I'd started with that. got 4 in the bag. And the graph with numbers, I got carried away. I got super carried away because I know that there are 2 numbers, I can plug everything and I can find the ratio, I can simplify. I was super excited to do that. I should probably dumped it sooner or left the last 2 questions. This I was pretty happy with. If I not, I should, maybe I got too tired by the time I came to this, but I'm not too peeved with quant. These 2, this question selection, that androcentric and feminist historian, that part was a nightmare. I should have skipped that. Click to view the scorecard. Let's look at this. $119. This is a disaster. 74.03. Score is 20. Cutoff is 24. I completely selected the wrong passage and that went off. That is all right. This is all right. This is all right. I think this I selected the wrong passage. This I got carried away with that the radar chart. Both were nightmares. So this is the score. I'm obviously not happy about this. I'll have to amp up and get better at this. Got quite a few wrong. I want to go through this and see what I've got wrong in this. Correct is only 7. I did guess some 3, 4. That I don't mind. I just punts. That didn't matter. The theta ones I don't mind getting wrong. 13 attempts and 7 correct. I don't know how many of the theta ones are wrong. That's an issue. Performance analytics. Let's see if it comes up with something detailed. Women's studies paragraph. That was the first one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 1 I got wrong. Second one, 3 out of 5 were wrong. I should have just left that. The rest were fine. I think if I'd skipped that passage, I could have killed the RC. If I'd skipped that passage, I could have got time to do para summary. I could have got time to do para jumbles, all of that. But I hung on to that passage for too long, and then that became an issue. Lovely. Let's go to LRDI. Yeah. The sedan type, I got 4 out of 5 right. The guesses are all wrong. Fred to Alice, I got 3 out of 4 right. This one is wrong. Some mistake here. So the attempts were all right, but I got burnt out at that sedan SUV thing. So there was one puzzle selection mistake there. Let us see quant. Quant we haven't seen, right? Sorry? Test, okay.
Cat full length mocks.
Here, okay.
No, cat full length mocks.
Cat full length mocks. Doctor SimCAT. SimCAT 8, okay. Review, okay. This right? This window? This one?
Just close it down.
It's gone to some ad, okay. This is, and then review. Okay.
No, it's not. Just scroll down. Scroll down. Or maybe scroll up, sorry.
Sorry?
You can close and reopen.
Okay.
It's select the section on the top.
So how many were right, how many were wrong? How do I see that?
View scorecard. Top right.
In quant 21 out of 22 were right, so that's all right. In DILR I did mess up. So actually I'm not super pleased with DILR. That was a wrong set, I picked it wrong. I think the percentile here is very cruel. I thought it would have been better than that 74 point something. Still got 7 right, got only 2 wrong. The others were guesses. I don't even know whether I could have done 13, 14 questions. Only this is possible. I could have done 5 plus 6 plus 4, 10 questions right. That's my best case scenario, not more than that. This I selected the wrong passage and kind of killed my own score. Anyway, that is that for that. I'm super tired. I'll have a look at anything on the chat. Let's have a look. Mock analysis. Please do SimCAT 9 live mock after 2 weeks. I'm not doing that. I'm too tired. And anyway, I don't think IMS will say, hey, do one more mock. Thanks. I think Prajwal said you can only view in full screen mode. Yeah, that is true. That is true. Let's shoot the breeze. Let's have a discussion on what could have happened. Let me just see if I can push this to the right and keep it in a corner. Close this. We've done this. This is fine. Okay, let this be there. It doesn't matter. Let's have. We can shoot the breeze. Ideal score in this mock. So I'm pretty comfortable with quant. So I think what I did in quant, I'm happy with 63, 64, 60, 63. That is going to be bulk of the score. I just selected the wrong passage in verbal, but that happens. So I could have skipped that and got parajumble more, 2-3 more questions. In LRDI is where I underperformed. I selected the wrong one and then got tired in between. So maybe 8, 9, 10 LRDI correct and I've been happy. LOD of this mock is this mock is tougher than CAT. VRC was all right, not outlandishly tough, but LRDI I thought would have been more attemptable. The CAT questions are simpler than this, for sure. Selection of set goes wrong in LRDI, you just hang in there and you fight back. This happened. No, I had to optimize and get on with it. I could have tanked that section and got only 4 out of 5 right and been a complete nightmare. But we hung in there and picked up the last set and got 3 out of 4 right there, only 1 wrong. So if you ask me what is the performance, we attempted 9 questions, got 2 wrong, 7. That's all right. I think 7 correct and 1 or 2 wrong in this set. They've said it is 75 percentile, but I think it'll be 91, 92 percentile. So it's tough. It's tough. It's only 40 minutes. You don't have time to recover. But 7 questions right, you could have gotten away with it. This paper was tougher LRDI wise than what was there last year. Thank you for doing this. Thank you. Thanks, Derek. Many thanks. Very gratifying. How to exactly do mock analysis? This is Tanmay Sahu. Spend time on which questions you should have dumped and cleared. My takeaway from this, not even LRDI. LRDI, I need to combat some fatigue. I think I got totally turned off with having to go to and fro with the screen. I got tired because of staring at that screen in that radar diagram. It would have been much better if I had not had to. I got tired in between. No excuses. The score is what it is. But the radar diagram was a bad selection. But another day we could have got 6 out of 6 right. And then the Allison Bean 4 out of 4 right. My performance, best case scenario in LRDI, 6 out of 6 right in the radar diagram, even if it takes 23 minutes. 4 out of 4 right in the Dallas Bean Fred thing. So 10 out of 10 correct. Some 3 random theta which don't pay off. That is fine. You're landing up at a score of 30, which I think I would argue would go to 98%. I'm happy. VRC, I should have skipped that one passage, which I came close to skipping. I read 2 paragraphs and said, look, I don't get what this Ian McLaughlin is saying. I should have dumped it there and said, cut my losses. I got nothing from there. Out of the 4 questions or 5 questions, I got 3 wrong. I should have skipped it, cut my losses. I did not do that. So question selection is the number 1 takeaway, most important. Second thing which you should look to take away is see the solution for the stuff that you didn't get, especially in quant. The 4 questions that I couldn't try. I probably had a minute. I got tired, but I could have. If I'd known the method for 1 or 2 of these straight away, look at the question and try that method, then I'm through. So the 24.5x square plus 1 by 7x, I don't know. At least it didn't come to me. So I should have tried that. There was one 0 less than m less than 0 less than n. I didn't know the straight away the method. This conic and cube, I didn't know the method. So I'll probably go through that to improve that. You missed respectively word in that ABCDE number set, or else you could have killed DILR2 like quant. Okay. I did miss respectively. Okay. Unfortunate. I think Subhash was trying to tell me that I missed a word, and I didn't get that either. So, improving score in LRDI is one is doing a lot of variety, focusing on a lot of solution, problem solving part, seeing what mistakes we've done. and improving the question selection. That's going to be key. Let me see. Please do more live mocks. You can sit if you want. The standing is not the issue. I take classes. I think it's the lighting and content toggling. That's the issue. LRDI ke liye suggestions, lots of practice, go through the solution, the solving part, and focus aggressively on trying to get better at picking the right sets. I still insist that the radar set was right up my alley. I think it was tougher than what I thought it would be, and became too much calculation with too many numbers. Another day with slightly simpler numbers, we're getting 6 out of 6 on that. I would still stick to my DILR guns. Numbers filled, all charts, numbers, percentages, it's up my alley. The last one, which is a puzzle, which numbers and squares, right up my alley. Those two are my two. I underperformed because I didn't do them well. It was not a question selection issue. I can do 8 to 10 during mock and take more mocks. Mock performance are tougher because of fatigue. By the time I came to the tail end of quant, I was burnt out. I think I need to get ready before the exam so that I don't get this burnt out, I don't have this much fatigue. But fatigue is a factor. Take more mocks, it works. And you need to get better. When you're without pressure, we tend to overestimate how well we are doing. We suddenly do 5 questions and we feel like, look, I'm on fire, I can do a lot more. It is severely just overestimation. If you're able to do 10 questions in mock, if it is 17 without time pressure, then you have to look at it. But it's 12, 13, it's a little bit of stress, a little bit of mock practice, fatigue combating, it will work. This is same as, this is Shivam Chaudhary, Shivam Chandra. What did you do in the last 150? I ate well and slept well. So I don't think there's anything dramatically different in strategy or execution. I think there is a stress of taking a live mock, which is slightly lesser if you're taking it in the exam. So that probably helped me a lot. And I love the idea that there's a paper and pen to scribble with than this toggle and this nonsense. Especially for LRDI, it is a pain, the toggle and jotting. Again, no excuses. I wouldn't have got more than this right, but I'm just saying that has probably played a role than anything else. VRC, read away to glory, tips for VRC. Pick the right passages, dump early, keep your wits with you. How should I do number system? Don't worry about number system. There's not too many questions on number system. You can dump number systems and get 99.6, 99.7. 20 without time pressure, but only 10 in mock for quantum. Do lots of practice to amp up your speed. This is to answer studious guy's question. And take mocks because they combat fatigue. Fatigue combating comes from the mock. Scoring low in mocks like 50. This is Prithvi Khanna. 50 is not that low. 50 is a decent score. I think from now, if you take a bunch of mocks and keep amping it up, it can go to 85, 90. You have time, lots of time. Take lots of mocks, your scores will automatically go up. Somebody is asking me to sit. I'm happy standing. How to deal with geometry questions. Get some practice and it works. Several of you are saying did not work during mock, but worked otherwise. Sometimes we severely overestimate what we can do otherwise. Sometimes without time pressure, the whole game is gone. The pressure is the point. And so the whole idea is what element the pressure brings in, which is why you should take a lot of mocks. There's so many cricketers, footballers, everybody who can do thing after thing after thing in practice, but they can't turn up and do it in the match. The pressure has a telling impact on how we do. So take plenty of mocks, the pressure idea will go away. Practice sources for VA part, read away. If you're not on Bharat's reading list, get on Bharat's reading list today, right now. Jump in and get on that because that is super useful for VRC. How was your reading so fast, sir? Did you actually read? I read through every line. My reading is reasonably quick because I've been reading 1 or 2 hours a day for 15, 18 years now. I was a research analyst. So my job was to read and write reports. None of the speed reading techniques, none of that. The only thing I should have been careful about in VRC, I should have dumped that passage after 2 minutes. I was too tempted and hung on there. I should have dumped that passage. I'm sure I could have attempted 3 more questions and got them right. This passage would have gone. That +9 mark would have been massive for VRC. How to do revisions for quant, go topic by topic, fill gaps based on mocks. What mocks are telling you, fill the gap there. I'm scoring 70 right now. 70 is good. 70 is good. You can improve your score by 50% easily from here on in. And several mocks, this mock I would argue is tougher than CAT. Definitely. Quant was all right. VRC probably 10% tougher than CAT. LRDI was 20% tougher than CAT. So if you're getting 70 now, just adjusting for difficulty, it will be 85, 90. You can amp up another 25, 30 marks. You can aim at 110, 115 if you plan well, prepare well. 100 words per minute, is it good enough? I don't know, studious guy. I don't do words per minute. Was the QA same as CAT level? Probably yes. Quant QA is not going to be tougher than this, nor is it going to be too much easier than this. A couple of the questions were very nice, very juicy, different. So level of difficulty, I thought VARC in this paper 10% tougher than CAT. Smidgen. CAT you can expect it to be slightly easier than this, very slightly. 5%, 10%, almost the same level. LRD, I thought this was 20% tougher than CAT. So if whatever score you get, you can get 20 to 25% more than that in CAT. Quant was more or less at CAT level. I'm going to sign off now. So lovely catching up with all of you. It's been a longish session. Hope all of you had as much fun as I did doing it. Even though I'm tired, I quite enjoyed it. Sometimes when I start doing the test, that energy goes on. I couldn't interact much with you guys. In VARC, I thought we did discuss. I thought while talking about the passage, I got carried away and had concentration lapses. Next time I'll be more careful. LRDI, I should select passages better. I hope you all had one experience of seeing a mock CAT live. Two, a clear sense that look, anybody who takes mocks is going to get slaughtered by some 5, 6 questions left, right, and center doing that. So keep that in mind. So it should be reassuring that all of us are having a shared journey where all of us are commenting and chatting and saying, look, he missed that word. I think I missed the word respectively, which was a pain. Apparently, I don't know. I didn't recognize it. Anyway, I think that is because of the impact of what I did wrong with the radar set. Wonderful experience, lots of fun. I'm going to sign off now. Do subscribe to the channel, like this video, spread the word about us. We do some fabulous work. We teach wonderfully. We do 5 live classes every week. So we do tons of interesting stuff. We do revision classes, we do marathon sessions, we do chats, we do Zoom sessions, we do counseling. A lot of stuff that we do is super relevant for CAT. We really passionately care about how we can add one more layer of value for students. We keep changing the format, we keep tweaking the format. We do test and discussion, learning and test and discussion. Every day we come and saying, look, can we do something which makes life that much easier, which make this idea that little bit clearer. We can make some impact on how we explain something or demystify something or take off the stress, reduce the pressure. Something or the other we do every day. And so do subscribe to us to our channel on YouTube. And do spread the word about us. We are up against some large players and I'm chomping at the bits to take them on. And so please help us out by spreading the word about us. I know most of you guys are here because you know us and you like us. So I'm not pitching, but I want you guys to be as vocal as you possibly can and then say, hey, I don't know whether you want to buy it or not, but you must check out 2IIM. These guys do good stuff. Right? Many thanks. Good fun. Hopefully we'll catch up for, I don't know whether we'll do one more mock CAT, but we'll do something else, some session throughout the year. Lovely, wonderful, and ciao. Good day.